It is November 23rd, 1942. The Atlantic Ocean, the middle of the Second World War. A British merchant ship called the SS Ben Lomond is carrying cargo and crew through one of the most dangerous stretches of water on Earth. Below the surface, a German U-boat is watching. At 11:45 in the morning, 2 torpedoes struck the Ben Lomond. The ship went down in 2 minutes. Of the 55 crew members on board, 54 disappeared into the Atlantic Ocean. Only one man survived. His name was Poon Lim, a 24-year-old Chinese sailor from Hainan Island working as a ship's steward. When the explosion hit, he tied on a life jacket and jumped into the sea. He swam through burning oil and wreckage for 2 hours before finding what would become his entire world: a wooden life raft, roughly 8 feet by 8 feet. On it, a small supply of biscuits and water, a few flares, a flashlight, and a canvas tarpaulin, designed to keep a man alive for a few days until rescue came. Poon Lim would live on it for 133 days. For the first few weeks, Lim rationed his supplies carefully and watched the horizon. Ships would come. Aircraft would find him. The war had made these waters busy. Surely someone would see a lone man on a raft. Days passed, then weeks. No one came. When the biscuits ran out, Lim improvised. He pulled wire from the flashlight and bent it into a fishhook. He unraveled rope fibers to make a fishing line. He caught his first fish with his bare hands. And then he made a decision that survival psychologists now consider the single most important thing he did. He created a routine. Every single day, without exception. He exercised in the morning, running on the spot, doing pull-ups on the raft's ropes. He fished at the same time each day. He checked his water supply. He counted the days, not because any of it was strictly necessary, but because structure was the difference between a man and an animal adrift. Psychologists call this behavioral anchoring. When the brain has no external schedule imposed on it, it begins to lose its sense of time and identity. Routine creates a psychological container. It tells the brain, you are still a person. You still have purpose. You are not just floating. When rain came, he collected it in the canvas tarpaulin. When it didn't, he killed seabirds that landed on the raft and drank their blood. He ate raw fish. He ate seaweed. He consumed things that would have been unthinkable before the raft. His body adapted. His mind refused to break. On one occasion, a shark circled the raft for days, growing bolder, getting closer. Lim fashioned a weapon from the canvas water jug filled with seawater. When the shark came close enough, he beat it repeatedly across the nose until it left. A 24-year-old man, alone on the Atlantic, fighting off sharks with a makeshift club. Then came the moment that survival experts describe as the most psychologically devastating event in long-term isolation: a near rescue. A British patrol vessel appeared on the horizon. Lim fired his flares, waved his jacket, screamed. The ship changed course toward him, then turned away. It had not seen him. He watched it disappear. Near rescues are more psychologically damaging than no rescue at all. The brain surges with hope, then crashes into despair. The contrast is neurologically violent. Many survivors of prolonged isolation report that near misses broke them in ways that weeks of solitude never did. Poon Lim had 3 of them. A German U-boat surfaced near him and offered him water, then submerged and left. An American aircraft spotted him and dropped markers, but no rescue came. Each time, hope rose and fell. Each time, Lim returned to his routine. The only thing he could control. The only thing keeping his mind intact. He began counting days differently. He had run out of knots in his rope, so he started tracking full moons instead. 1 moon, 2 moons, 3 moons, 4. The moon became his calendar, the ocean his clock. He was building a mental architecture that kept time from collapsing into endless, formless nothing. By the 3rd month, his body was deteriorating. He had lost enormous amounts of weight. His skin was cracked and burned from constant sun exposure. His feet were raw from salt water, but his mind remained sharp, purposeful. Researchers who studied his case afterward were astonished by the absence of psychological breakdown. The explanation, they concluded, came down to one thing. He never stopped being active. He never surrendered to passivity. Every day he was building something, catching something, repairing something, counting something. The brain under extreme stress can withstand almost anything as long as it has a task. It is idleness that destroys it. On April 5, 1943, 133 days after the Ben Lomond went down, a Brazilian fishing boat appeared. This time they saw him. They pulled him from the raft he had not left since November. He was alive. He could still walk. He was taken to hospital in Belém, Brazil. He had lost over 20 pounds. He was sunburned and exhausted. But within weeks he had recovered almost completely. When doctors examined him, they were baffled. His physical condition was far better than anyone expected from 133 days at sea. The Royal Navy heard his story. They didn't just admire it, they documented it. Poon Lim's survival techniques were incorporated into Royal Navy training manuals. His improvised fishhook, his daily exercise routine, his water collection method, the way he structured his days. He had accidentally written the manual on surviving alone. He was awarded the British Empire Medal by King George VI. He later emigrated to the United States, became an American citizen, and lived until the age of 72. He held the world record for the longest solo survival on a life raft for decades. Some records have since been disputed. His has not. What Poon Lim understood, without neuroscience, without psychology textbooks, without any training, is that survival is not about enduring. It is about doing. The brain does not need comfort. It does not need certainty. It needs occupation. Give it a task, any task, and it will keep going far longer than the body has any right to. Hoi wandered 33 days on an 8-foot wooden raft in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. No rescue, no certainty, no reason to believe he would ever be found. And yet, every morning, Poon Lim woke up and got to work, because that's what survival actually looks like. Not heroics, not luck, just one more day of not giving up. That's last chance survival. Enjoyed the video? Then please like and subscribe to the channel.